What's going on, every pony? Good to be back again. Finally got another chapter for you tonight. This one brings in a character who most of my fellow bronies love to death, so I hope this proves satisfactory for them in particular. And to everyone else who's taken time to listen or has subscribed, thanks again, and I hope you keep enjoying as well. Chapter the 5th. Trixie. Vinyl stood in the bathroom only 3 doors down the hallway from where she had just murdered her best friend. She stared into the mirror, tears clouded her vision, and the sickening red color of dried blood coated her all over. The adrenaline rush took away all feeling while she was killing Skolder, but afterwards she felt it all hit her like a train. No matter what she thought of, the image of Skolder's headless corpse kept appearing in her head. She began to cry and then threw up. She had the chance. She could have ended it right there. But that damn rush! Her heart began to pump faster. That adrenaline rush felt like nothing before. She wanted to feel that again. No, she needed to feel that again. She looked down at her hooves, which were covered in blood. She began to shake, and collapsed to the floor. Across the room from her lay the Fayed, with the revolver still held in its grip. A few minutes earlier she had it against her head, just waiting to get the courage to pull the trigger. She was so close to just ending this nightmare, when she felt that rush again, and it made her stop. She stared at the Fayed and screamed, "Damn it!" She punched the wall with all her strength, and burst into heavy tears. Vinyl was snapped out of her fit when she heard some commotion downstairs. The Dons seemed to be accommodating another guest. Vinyl put her ear to the floor, and listened intently. Some pony, a young mare by the sound of it, was screaming.
"Fuck you! And your mob and your fucking diamond dogs! You're a lying, thieving, murdering, crack-addicted crook who can't even interrogate a bitch!"
The dull thump of a blunt object hitting flesh met Vinyl's ears. "You're going to tell me this time, or you're fucking dead, Trix," the Don said. It sounded like he had something in his mouth.
"Fine, I'll tell you. Let me just get the pain in my leg off my
It sounded like someone getting punched. "Happy?" the Don said.
Not really. Anyways, Appaloosa was destroyed by the buffalo. I was sent to spread word to Twilight Sparkle in Ponyville. That's all,"
the pony said. Vinyl's heart skipped a beat. Appaloosa was destroyed? Ruby lived in Appaloosa. No, Vinyl couldn't lose another loved one. "Why the pistol, then?" the Don asked.
"You think I'd go through Diamond Dog territory without one?"
replied the mayor.
"Fair enough. Well, it's been fun, Trix. But I've got somewhat of an apprentice, and I still need to teach a friend from Ho. You fall into the Ho category, I'm afraid."
Vinyl heard the Don step up the stairs and approach her door.
"Hey, suck it up, pussy. I've got a little friend I need you to talk with," he said.
Vinyl got up and opened the door.
"Get down there and make sure she can't walk out of here. Keep her alive. I want to kill her myself."
He chuckled and walked away, going into the farthest door down the hallway. Vinyl looked into the mirror and wiped her tears away. At least this time she wouldn't be hurting someone she cared for. She left the bathroom and headed down the stairs. She could see a blue mare, with a very light blue mane. She had a cutie mark of a purple wand, pixie dust, and a yellow star. Vinyl recognized her as the great and powerful Trixie, from an event in Ponyville with an Ursa a while back. A big show pony, this one was, but a whole load of bullshit, too. As she approached Trixie, she could read an immense amount of fear in her eyes. Vinyl grinned. "Hello there," she said, placing a hoof under Trixie's chin and tilting her head up so Vinyl could stare into her eyes.
"Get off me!"
Trixie spat, looking away from Vinyl. "Oh, come on now. I'm not gonna hurt you. Not too much, anyway." Vinyl giggled, and Trixie continued to look away. Vinyl frowned and let go of Trixie's chin. "Fine, Trixie, be that way." Vinyl pulled her arm back and whacked Trixie across the face, knocking the chair she was tied to over.
"Aw, did Whittle Twixie fall down?"
Vinyl said, walking over to Trixie.
Blow it out your ass, bitch,
Trixie said, breaking free of the binds that held her to the chair. As Trixie attempted to stand, her leg buckled.
Fuck, how am I supposed to fight like this?
Trixie thought, wincing in pain.
Oh look, little Twixie is a big filly now. She's ready to fight back.
Vinyl pulled her arm back to swing again, but Trixie tackled her to the floor and shoved a hoof into her chest.
Aw, what's the matter? Is little Twixie kicking your ass now?
Trixie said, grinning and punching Vinyl across the face. Vinyl clenched her teeth and threw a knee up into Trixie's broken leg, causing Trixie to howl in pain. Vinyl threw the mare off her chest and kicked her in the side of the head.
Who's kicking whose ass?
Vinyl barked, kicking Trixie in the head again. Trixie, blinded with pain, kicked her good leg up and hit Vinyl in the chin, sending her stumbling across the room. She had enough time to grab her pistol from off the table. She stood on two legs, leaning against the desk for balance. Vinyl managed to recompose herself, only to see Trixie on two legs, with a Luger pointed at her.
Can't fight right clean, so you've got to use a gun?
Vinyl said, hiding the fear in her voice. She could feel adrenaline beginning to pump through her bloodstream, and that ever-so-familiar feeling of invincibility overwhelmed her. Vinyl got down on all fours and sped toward Trixie recklessly, without a care for her life. Trixie was completely stunned when Vinyl began to run towards her. She fired off a few shots from her Luger and vaulted over the desk.
This bitch is insane!
Trixie thought, trying to figure out a way she could escape. Vinyl missed Trixie by a hair as the blue pony flung herself over the desk. Vinyl grabbed the crowbar from the corner of the room and advanced toward the desk.
Come on, Trixie, fight me like a big mare now,
she called out, getting closer to the desk. Trixie popped her head out and fired 3 more Luger shots in Vinyl's direction. A grunt of pain told her that she had hit Vinyl. Vinyl looked down to see that one of the shots had hit her in the left hind leg.
Oh, you've done it now!
Vinyl screeched, slamming the crowbar down onto the table, smashing a huge hole into the middle of it. Trixie yelped as splinters flew by her face, one of them digging into her side, and she got up, smacking Vinyl in the side of the head with the butt of the pistol, knocking Vinyl unconscious. Trixie didn't know how she was going to make it out alive, but she'd need to come up with something, and fast. She about hit herself when an idea hit her. Teleportation! She knew how to do it, but it took a lot of concentration. She closed her eyes and imagined Ponyville, with its colorful buildings and bustling streets. Her horn began to glow, but Vinyl had come to and tackled her to the floor.
Die, bitch!
Vinyl shouted, swinging the sharp edge of the crowbar at Trixie's head. Trixie then vanished, and the crowbar dug itself into the wooden floor.
Fuck!
Vinyl screeched. Vinyl looked down at where Trixie previously lay, and all that remained was a bloody chunk of her ear. Trixie came to in the middle of the ever-free forest, and her ear hurt like hell. She rose to her feet and found herself a decent distance away from Ponyville.
There's no way I'll make it that far in this condition,
she thought to herself, wincing as her broken leg touched the forest floor. She thought about attempting teleportation again, but when she reached up and found half of her ear missing, she decided against it. She sighed and limped toward the small, colorful town. She couldn't give up, if not for Equestria, just to prove that she was in fact the great and powerful. She stumbled her way through a decent amount of forest before getting woozy. She fought against unconsciousness and kept herself going, dragging her limp leg behind her. Tears flooded her eyes, and she could go no more. Trixie took another step and fell to the floor. She had failed Applejack. She had failed Equestria. And worst of all, she had failed herself.
Oh, what have you gotten yourself into, Trixie?
She thought, slowly drifting away. The faint sound of some pony running came from far away, and Trixie turned her head to see a yellow Pegasus with a flowing pink mane running toward her.
Oh my, are you okay?
Said the Pegasus gently, kneeling down at Trixie's side.
Trixie? Oh my, your ear, your leg. We need to get you fixed up.
The pony lifted Trixie over her shoulder and lugged her towards a small cottage just outside of the forest.
Oh my, what happened? Oh no, oh my, oh no,
said the mare nervously. Trixie began to slip from consciousness, but she managed to squeak out a few words.
Need, twilight, apple, buffalo, destroy,
Trixie then fell unconscious as the Pegasus dashed toward the cottage. Vinyl punched the wall angrily, cursing. After a month of training, she'd still managed to let that blue bitch get away. She sat on the floor, her thoughts trailing to scold her. She sighed, and tears began to roll down her cheeks. Vinyl sobbed, wiped her tears, and made her way to the Don's office. She knocked 3 times on the wooden door, wondering how the Don would react. Heavy footsteps sounded from inside the room, and the door swung open. The Don scowled down at Vinyl. A thin layer of white powder covered his nose. "What?" he barked angrily.
She got away. Sir,"
Vinyl said, a tad bit afraid. The Don stared down at the unicorn for a moment, and then he lifted his arm and slammed Vinyl into the wall.
Listen to me, you dumb little cunt. If you don't get to Ponyville and kill that pony, I'll take all my anger out on you. And believe me, I have a lot of pent-up rage.
He looked down at the bullet hole in Vinyl's leg.
Wrap that up. I don't want you bleeding all over the place. And you know what? Take care of this Twilight Sparkle while you're there too,
he said, retreating back to his room. Vinyl sighed and returned to the bathroom. The smell of vomit still lingered about. She proceeded to wrap her wound. She'd be getting to Ponyville all right, but not before a little detour. Okay, that's another one down. Sorry for my blatant difficulty doing Trixie's voice as well as Vinyl's. I hope it doesn't take anyone out of the story. Otherwise, just want to say thanks once again, and I'll hopefully be back soon with the continuation. Thanks a lot, and have a great night.